All right, what a beautiful day so far. Health, wealth, and happiness, advanced productivity, building your second brain in the can. However, what you take from it, would love to know as it builds into this conversation. To be joyfully curious as an entrepreneur is where growth can happen, where abundance mindset is predominant, and all these qualities, characteristics, and traits really help you create, build, and maintain an incredibly healthy business. So these are some of the themes we're going to talk through as we step into Season 4, Session 2. Still can't believe we're saying that. We're in our 4th year. Can you believe it? Thank you so incredibly much, especially our Master Community members, for giving me the opportunity to help you, teach you, support you, train you, coach you, love on you, care for you. So just go after this and really make it real for you. We've got a limited amount of time on this beautiful orb in the sky, and we just want to make sure that we're living into it. Really, if you're purposeful the way we tend to think as high performers, we're helping people improve their lives somehow and grow their business somehow. And I hope I'm living into that as a great role model and a results expert for you, as well as sharing some research, report out, and some data of what's working. Huge thanks to Patrick and Nina for some of the compliments about what the strategies are I'm doing that are working for them. Nina was talking about how she's taking her blog posts, and she's been doing those for years, and repurposing them as LinkedIn articles and seeing growth. Seeing, I think she said lead conversion and maybe sales conversion. Just repurposing existing content, we'll talk about that. And then Patrick was talking about how he's using the resend strategy I developed to go for people who didn't open the emails on 2 days after the original email is sent, his weekly wisdom, like weekly blog posts and challenges. And then 2 days after that, it's resent again. And he's seeing results on more clicks, people engaging themselves in the content. And that's huge. All this little stuff adds up, right? It's a compound effect in play. That being said, let's jump right into why we're doing what we're doing. We already touched on it. At an entrepreneurial, small business, medium business, whatever size business you got level, we're helping people improve their lives somehow and are growing their business somehow. I like to think of it like the business to consumer market is helping people improve their life somehow through a product, solution, service, whatever that is. And then the B2B market, business to business, is helping other businesses grow somehow, right? To grow revenue, grow their effect of change on the world, whatever that is, whatever mechanism for that. That being said, that's the first P. These beautiful 5 Ps lay the land, keep ourselves in touch with why we do what we do. And I'd love to know as you think back, purpose. I didn't even spell that right. Got confused. Purpose, as you think back over the last month since our last training, how purposeful have you felt in the context for what I just shared in your business? Growing people's businesses, improving people's lives. What's showing up there? Are you at a sustenance level? Are you just starting out? Or are you really going after it? As you probably tell, being that my word of the decade is scale, we're going after it. I'm really aiming to get these things nailed in fourth quarter so we can hit the ground running as we go into 2021. Fourth quarter is going to be our trial of new behavioral patterns towards the scale side of things. I sense a lot of time blocks, as we talked about in our previous training today, around the idea of scale time. Running ads, monitoring ads, seeing what's converting, seeing what isn't, tuning, trialing, testing, measuring. A lot of stuff we're going to cover today as we talk about your success roadmap. Second P, passion. Tell you what, met with a couple entrepreneurs in the last few weeks that have said, I've lost the passion for my work. I've lost the passion for my business. And I'm starting to see a downtick in terms of customer reaction, new sales, all this kind of stuff. There's a direct correlation between the amount of energy you've got, enthusiasm, connection to your work, and how are your businesses doing. I wish somebody told me that 30 years ago. Brendan had to tell me that at a Brendan Richard event, 2012, 10X Wealth and Business. I'm like, duh, why didn't I ever see that? Why didn't I know that? So I'd love to know in the last 4 weeks, how passionate have you felt? How connected to your work have you felt? I'm saying 10 plus for me because we are on it. I'm learning new things that we talked about in our previous training today. I'm going after it, bringing them online, sharing them, creating from them, all these things in that trifecta of happiness. Next up, positivity. There's a direct correlation with how positive and joyful you are in relation to how your business is doing. You ever feel that? So in the last 4 weeks, How positive and joyful have you felt? And I'm going to put it in the context because this is business internet mastery training in your business. What's showing up for you? Anything you're throwing you sideways, taking you down, or you're on a downward spiral, or just leveled out? Maybe at a neutral level or a negative level. Maybe you're not as positive or as joyful about your business as you want to be. And if that's showing up for you, whatever it is, think about 1, 2, or 3 things you could do to raise that level of joy, or go back to a time, visualize a time where you felt incredibly positive and joyful in your business or about your business, and think about the qualities, traits, characteristics. What was happening then? What was going on? Bring that back online. See what you can do to recreate that. Does that help? Really powerful work. So a lot of what we do in high performance is help people get there and stay there. Productivity. How productive have you felt? Now, in the context for what we teach, talked about this in our previous training today, it's the idea that we're going after and really dedicating time every day, slow burn, for our work in our projects, our dreams, our ambitions. We're either planning them out, acting on them, sharing them, restructuring them, testing and measuring, improving and removing, and we're on the hunt and we're dedicated real time every day towards those ends. Or we're just acting reactively and I want to get to that someday. The highest performers, along the lines of what we teach and coach, they're on the hunt every day, and I'm part of that whole routine. Making sure I'm real clear about what I got going on in the next week and the next month, what the ambitions are as we head into the end of 2020 to make it end on the best possible note. We got some runway as of the recording of this, September 2020. We're really going after massive new behavioral patterns, new habits, new outcomes, hopefully, towards the scale concept. Really putting our message in the world in a major way. And I'm bringing our beautiful mastery community with us with our new lab initiative. So if you haven't heard of the lab or you're wanting update on the lab, I'll be talking about that in our Zoom roundtable today. Make sure you join us. We've got some major new revelations, we'll call it, for you. And I'll be sharing those as we step into that. All part of me living productively. Final P is profit. And I'd love to know, as you've stepped into the last 4 weeks, has that gone up? Have you put behavioral patterns in to make that rise, stay the same, or what's showing up if it isn't? So if you want to rate yourself on these last 4 weeks, 0, not doing it at all, no pulse, 10, owning it. Purpose, passion, positivity, productivity, profit. I've had to lay off sales in the last 2 months. We've been blessed to get more sales as a result of the pandemic and isolation. But I've had to lay off all sales as I've been getting ready for scale. Because I really want to make sure, as I bring in this flow and this funnel, that we've got a very clear path. So I'm putting in the foundation work right now. If you haven't seen it yet, you'll see my very first video that was released as a clip from our previous training with a lot of the scale conversation in the template of it. And I'll make sure to link to that below for you so you can copy that and go. And I think you'll like the approach I'm using. $1 trial to get the rest of this training. And then there's a direct link into the training once they get into they purchase the access. And then there's 3 supplemental trainings with direct links into that. And of course, I'm testing and measuring all those links with Bitly. So I hope you'll like that YouTube template. Feel free to copy and duplicate for you and go. Make it real. Let's go after it. Imagine a year from now when I have literally 52 times 3, 150 some videos out in health, wealth, and happiness is one set. Business Internet Mastery is another, and high performance is a third, with links for growth. Titled, and we'll talk about this, in alignment with how people are searching for things on YouTube and Google. Search engine keywords, keyword phrases. Stuff gets complicated quick, doesn't it? That being said, that ends the perspective piece